Hey guys, welcome back to Ideal Flicks. Sorry about the long wait, but I just wanted to give everybody a good amount of time to go out and see Avengers Endgame. The movie is incredible. I hope that you guys did see it, and I just want to give a shout out to Marvel Studios for being a large part of my childhood and my adulthood, because I'm going to continue to watch the movies. They have definitely caught my eye, and I think all the films were great leading up to this. The storyline, everything was perfect. The graphics, the CGI, the fight scenes, everything in this movie was outstanding. The runtime, 3 hours, which I wasn't expecting. It could have been 4. I still would have watched it and not moved an inch. It was perfect. Everything in this movie was worth the hype. It passed my expectations. I do, however, I think that Doctor Strange definitely could have used more screen time, because in his screen time, all we see is, he brings everybody back, but after that, he doesn't really fight. He pretty much saves everybody from being overpowered by like a dam that's broken and water rushing in, and most of his time and powers are focused on making sure the water doesn't reach the battle scene. Now, however, he was still used. He had good use, but I think he could have used more. Now, on the Hulk, now they definitely weakened Hulk, because now we see Professor Hulk is the body of Hulk but the mind of Bruce Banner, which I don't think is good, because Bruce Banner is a scientist. He can't fight. Hulk is the one that does the brute strength, guerrilla fighting, all that. He even went toe-to-toe with Thanos, even though he lost. Now, Bruce Banner, if he were to go toe-to-toe with Thanos, he would get executed, because he has no fighting skills. He's a scientist. I think that they definitely weakened him, and his arm injury from making the snap to bring everybody back is permanent. So I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with him, because I know that the Hulk is at least going to be in 2 more movies. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with the character and how they're going to build him back up to Hulk standards. But just my 2 cents. I think that they definitely weakened him when he could have had a bigger role. Thor, I thought it was awesome how, throughout the whole movie, Thor is he's depressed, and he feels like he let everybody down, because he's the god of thunder, that he was the one supposed to kill Thanos. He's the one supposed to save everybody. He's the one supposed to protect the entire galaxy. It's his job. That's what he thinks. And when they travel back in time, he tries to wield Mjolnir, and he does, knowing that he's still worthy. He thought that he wasn't worthy just because he had failed, not even failed, but he didn't think he was worthy because he was depressed, which is false. He's still worthy, and I thought it was awesome how he was able to wield Mjolnir and Stormbreaker at the same time in the final battle, which was awesome. It was perfect. I wasn't expecting that, and the way that they put that in there, that was awesome. Black Widow, however, I thought that death was very surprising. She just signed on to do her own movie, so now it's obviously going to be an origin story, unless somehow they bring her back, because they have time travel unlocked now. They can bring a new character of her from a different past into this timeline. I don't know how they're going to do it. Honestly, they have unlocked so much with time travel that they can pretty much do with anything, do whatever they want, and all we can do is just sit by and watch, because they've unlocked a broad scope of things that they can do. And I just thought that was it was awesome how they had Black Widow and Hawkeye battle to see who's gonna sacrifice themselves for the stone. And because they've been partners. They both have outstanding fighting skills, their own different techniques and fighting styles, and we saw that come to play as they were both willing to sacrifice themselves for the greater good, and inevitably Black Widow did. Now, Captain Marvel, I feel like she had a necessary amount of screen time, because she's supposed to be the most powerful of them all, out of all the Avengers. So I feel like if they would have put her in there too early, it would have just been her destroying pretty much everybody. But her arriving on the scene during the battle and destroying Thanos' ship, and then going toe-to-toe with the Mad Titan, I thought that was a perfect amount, because Thanos even headbutted her, and she looked at him like he was stupid. It took him having to take off the Power Stone and punching her to get any reaction, and to get her away from Thanos. So I thought that was the perfect amount of use for her, because they didn't want to make her seem too overpowered, but they still had to show what she's about, and they did. Captain America, I thought he had a perfect, outstanding role, the leader giving out the speeches, and then finally we see as Thor's about to die, we just see Thanos get hit with Mjolnir, and we're like, how did it hit Thanos if Thor was about to die? And we see it come back to Captain America, and we see that Captain America is worthy. I thought that was awesome. I've seen it in the comics, this is the first time we've ever seen it on screen, which I thought was incredible how they did that. And he's the first person other than Thor in the MCU to wield Mjolnir, and I just thought that was outstanding how they put that in there. And he's already a very skilled fighter, so giving him the ability of the God of Thunder, he went toe to toe with the Mad Titan. He did, however, lose that fight, but we saw that Captain America, Captain America's not scared of he's not scared of anybody. He's not scared of anything. He's going to fight you to the very last breath, and he did. And at the last moments when he thought he was about to die, he tightened up his shield, and all we hear is "on your left," which was a nod at Captain America Winter Soldier when Falcon was running around doing laps around the White House, and Captain America was passing him, and he's saying "on your left." I thought that was an awesome nod at that. And then everybody comes back, one by one. Black Panther, Wasp, everybody just started slowly coming in. Spider-Man. The final battle that we finally saw that was going to happen between all of the Avengers and Thanos' army. We hear Captain America finally say "Avengers assemble," and we finally see the huge war that's about to take place. And they didn't let down. We saw Rescue, Pepper Potts. It was awesome. Everybody had a good role, I believe. Ant-Man, outstanding. If it weren't for Ant-Man, there wouldn't be no movie, because nobody would come back. If it weren't for Ant-Man, then the whole movie would be there would be no time travel, so they wouldn't have been able to bring anybody back. And technically, if you think about it, if it weren't for that rat hitting that button to bring Ant-Man out of the quantum realm, all's lost. So Ant-Man had a huge role, huge role, and I think he played it well. It was a perfect amount of use for even him. And then for Iron Man, his contract was up. It was the perfect ending for him. He sacrificed his life for everybody, to bring everybody back. And throughout the entire series, not just this movie, that people are saying Tony Stark is arrogant, selfish, conceited, which he is, but that's just how he is. He likes to boast. If he does something good, he wants you to know about it. So for him to lay his life for everybody else, knowing what he had already had a family, everything was going good for him in that time period until this battle, that he had to lose his life, and he chose to do it for everybody. Outstanding. The use that they did. And then at his funeral, we see Harley Keener, the kid from Iron Man 3 who helped him. We see him at the funeral, which I don't know. Maybe he's gonna be the new Iron Man. I think that would be awesome. I just think that the MCU, they did an outstanding job putting in every single bit and piece. In that final battle, we saw Korg, we saw the Valkyrie, we saw everybody who's made an appearance on the good side, at least, was in that battle, which I thought was amazing. It was incredible. It surpassed my expectations. So I thought the movie was outstanding. If you haven't seen it, I hope that you do go see it. So this is another episode of Ideal Flicks. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down low, and I'll see you guys next time.